You've been hospitalized? Is that a valid reason not to show up for work?
Okay, fine. That's it. I quit.
Trouble Busters!
I messed up. Oh? I already notified my company. Why do I have a bad feeling about this call?
Hey, Helen! Where are you right now? You're about to be late to work.
I already notified our company that I'm in the hospital.
Huh? What about your tags then?
I won't be able to go to work, so I won't be able to work on it at this time.
Don't worry. I don't mind you if you're late. As long as you...
Wait, what?
Anyway, it's up to you how you make this happen. But make sure you don't skip work, alright? There's a lot to handle, and you're going to be here.
What the heck?
I'll see you later.
I wish I could go to work too. I know how important it is for me to be there right now. Oh, this is ridiculous. Either way, I'd have to have someone else take over that project for me. Even if I go back to work, I guess he's going to be nitpicking on me every day, as he always has. Oh, this is so messed up. That's enough. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters!
What is it? Stop calling me and just...
Okay, fine. That's it. I quit.
What?
I don't think I'll be able to go to work for a while, and I'm telling you that I'd quit since I don't want to keep causing you trouble. I'll cause you trouble for not being able to work.
Okay then. Thanks for everything. Take care. Bye.
Helen, are you okay? Miss Miller, I'm sorry. If I quit this job, I won't be in charge of the project any longer. Oh, don't worry about it. You need to focus on getting your foot better. I'm glad to see you doing well. I can't believe Mr. Stewart said those things to me. That's right. But do you think I'd forgive him after what he said to you? He doesn't understand a thing. Madeline, I'm sorry to ask you this all of a sudden, but I'll let you know when it's transitioned. Helen, we made sure we gave an ample amount of time for this project. If you'll be back in 2 months, I'm sure we can group together without causing too much delay. I feel sorry for leaving unfinished work, but I've come up with this decision after considering all that I could. I'm very sorry. Helen seems to be dwelling. I'm sure something must have happened. Understood. Please take care. I'm causing so much trouble to a lot of people. But I can't let this end like this. Besides, I know he has no idea how large this project is, but I wonder if he knows how much in charge I've been. Oh, that's right. Maybe I'll just have him take over all the tasks that I've been in charge of. All right, just wait and see.
Why? Why is this happening?
Mr. Stewart, the phone has been ringing since this morning.
That's not my problem.
Everyone's been asking whether Helen resigned from our company or not.
What do we do?
Do what? The fact is that she already resigned from our company.
A lot of them are saying they plan on reconsidering their contract with us if Helen is resigning.
And that's on the better side of the spectrum. Some others are saying that they'd like to terminate their contract with us.
Why is this happening? Just because she resigned?
Stewart, may I have a word with you?
Miss Miller?
I need you to come with me. Oh, Miss Miller, I'm so happy to see you again. Thank you for coming. I'm not here by myself today. I brought him with me. Mr. Stewart.
Oh my! Did she really break her foot? But then, this doesn't make it a valid reason for her to skip work all of a sudden. Hello, Helen. I've been worried about you.
What? This is scary. He's never been worried about me before.
I'm glad to see you doing well, so now there's something I'd like you to hear us out.
What is it?
Because of your resignation, different departments across your company are having quite a lot to handle.
Okay.
Why did Helen resign all of a sudden? Is this some kind of mistake? Is it true that she won't ever be back? That's what they're saying, and it wouldn't stop. Every client who gives us a call is saying these things. I'm sick and tired of it. Too many phone calls and I lost track of how many.
So?
So, what I'm talking about is that all the phone calls are regarding you.
Sounds about right.
Why do you make it sound like it have nothing to do with you?
Of course this has something to do with me. I'm well aware of the amount of people I'm causing trouble for by doing this. In that case, let me ask you, how are you accepting this situation?
Accept the situation? I have nothing to do with this.
How could he be so defiant, or is he being serious? Let me rephrase my question. I've been getting contracts with numerous companies and coming up with different projects. I've been successful with them too. It doesn't sound like you had any idea about this, am I right? How do you feel now that you realized?
Why are you looking at me like that? It's true that Helen's workload has been completely out of my expectations. I thought she was always laid back, but I'm not going to acknowledge this. Are you asking me how I feel? I don't feel anything in a way. Helen, you need to stop changing the subject.
What?
We haven't been able to get our normal operation because of all the phone calls we've been getting about you. You cause a lot of disasters in our sacred workplace. Anyone would agree that I'm the victim of what you caused.
Aren't you the one who's trying to switch the subject?
I'm only stating the facts.
Is that all you have to say?
What is it, Miss Miller?
Stuart, there's something that I'd also like to tell you. A couple of months back at the board meeting, we decided on the largest project of the century that involves another company. We're putting our company's future on the line, and Helen is the one who was assigned to represent our company as the project leader.
What? I wasn't aware of this.
Because of the significance of this project, we planned on keeping it discreet until we were somewhat closer to the completion of this project.
Oh my goodness.
And what matters is after this, do you understand why I had Helen assigned to such a significant project?
I don't understand. I'm sure there are others who are a lot more talented than her. For example, me, or it could be me. That's way too much of a burden for Helen to handle.
Oh, you seriously don't understand what Helen is capable of, do you? Not only does she have a remarkable ability to come up with project ideas, but she has the necessary leadership skills, kindness, and class. Oh my, Mrs. Miller, you're making me shy by telling the truth.
Stay humble.
It's true that I'm quite fond of Helen. On the other hand, Stuart, the way you treat Helen as her supervisor isn't something that's tolerable.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You already know it for yourself. Did you really think that I had no idea how unfairly you've been treating Helen on a daily basis?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The reason why I decided to put in my resignation despite being assigned to such a specific project was you, Mr. Stewart. You need to realize it for yourself.
What? You're just trying to place the blame on me. How am I responsible for your resignation? This is unpleasant. This is defamation.
How could you even say that?
I don't deserve to be blamed. Are you saying that I'm responsible? This is ridiculous. You're guilty of these false allegations. Is that what you're trying to do? Besides, you've obstructed my business by interfering with my daily task.
What a word vomit from someone who's placed in this situation.
Did you say something?
No.
If this is the route you're insisting on, I'm going to sue you.
You're being an eyesore.
You're being an eyesore. Besides, Miss Miller, what's wrong with you? Why do you keep taking her side? Are you saying that she's truly talented?
Yes, that's right.
Ma'am, you can't be too proud for playing favorites on one associate over the others.
You keep having something to say over what you're told. Favorites, huh? I won't necessarily deny that statement, but isn't it completely normal to have hopes up for someone who's talented?
What?
Helen is still young. She may not have a position yet, but if you put it the other way, she's been able to contribute to the company as a core of our operations despite how young she is. Now that we lost her, it will be less likely for us to be operating our company the way we always have. This means that it's extremely important, as a company, to get to the bottom of the reason why Helen decided to resign from our company.
Why do we have to make such a big deal out of Helen's personal situation? But I guess you can get to the bottom of the reason all you want. I have nothing to do with this.
I can't believe you're still saying that. Helen, you need to stay calm. Yes, ma'am. By the way, Mr. Stewart, since you have so much love and respect for the company, you would take over all the tasks that I've been assigned to, right?
What? Why do I have to clean up after your mess? But sure, I can handle whatever you've been handling. Now I'll make an exception, and I'll take over them.
All right. So here are all the lists of tasks that I'm currently handling, along with all necessary documents. Please go ahead and take them away.
What? This is an insane amount of documents!
Those are all the tasks that I've been handling. It's too easy for you, right?
Of course. This is impossible! It's more than something an insane person can handle.
Do you realize how much of a loss it is to lose Helen? This is exactly why it's extremely guilty to have caused Helen to decide to resign from our company.
Oh, give me a break. I have nothing to do with it.
Helen, will you testify for us once again? I decided to resign after I couldn't take Mr. Stewart's pressure any longer.
Yay!
Pardon my interruption. Oh, Madeline. I'm sorry to visit out of nowhere. I decided to come see you since I've been worried about you. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm very honored with your visit, despite how busy you've been. Helen, I'm glad to see you doing well. This is such a great time for you to be here, Madeline. I'm sorry to ask you to do this, but I need you to be my witness. What do you mean by that? This is the direct cause of me to step down from this project and the direct cause of my resignation. I went ahead and played the audio recording of the conversation I had with Mr. Stewart the morning from the day before.
What? Is that from yesterday's morning? How dare you record me without telling me?
My goodness, this is ridiculous. It's not something that anyone should ever say to someone who's hurt. You would agree with me, right, Madeline? Of course. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I knew something was wrong, hearing about your resignation all of a sudden.
What's your problem? You can't say these things to me after showing up all of a sudden. Who do you think you are?
Madeline is the person who's assigned to be the team leader on behalf of the company that we're collaborating with for the project that we've been discussing. I'm sorry that I haven't introduced myself yet. Quite frankly, I didn't think you were someone who's significant enough for me to introduce myself.
What did you just say?
You're her supervisor. Didn't you realize that you shouldn't have said those words to her before it came out of your mouth? Woohoo! Go Madeline! This project is of utmost importance, as it holds the ambitions of various companies, and the general project leader who's placed with significant responsibility can't be handled by anyone other than Helen. This project wouldn't have happened without Helen. It must have taken a lot for Helen to ultimately decide to step down from this project. Oh, Madeline. If this project ends up being disposed of, the damages are going to be severe. Do you have the guts to take the entire responsibility?
Why do I have to be questioned about the insanely inflating responsibilities that I don't even recall having to take? This is bad. I'll just try and shut this off just to get away from all this trouble. That conversation may be real.
It's completely real, as it sounds. It was recorded.
As a working individual, you should learn how to laugh off a joke.
In that case, let me tell you that this incident had only triggered my resignation, but it wasn't the only reason. All my other reasons have ended up exploding like a volcano eruption.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The way you treated my colleagues has been ridiculous, but I heard you've been particularly cruel when you interacted with Helen. Wait, you must be Mr. Stewart. I see. So this is what you look like, huh?
What is it? Stop laughing and I need you to explain.
You have a terrible reputation among our industry in this area.
What?
I know a lot of people. One of the people that I worked with at Buster Agency told me about the complaint. To add, I heard similar stories about you from multiple individuals. They all said that their point of contact named Stewart couldn't have a legitimate conversation and that he was useless.
What? Why are you making it sound like I'm terrible at my job? You're being rude. Look, those are just lies. They can't be true.
But don't you think that feedback from the clients is typically what tells a lot about that person's work ethic?
What?
The feedback from the clients is what tells us the truth. I mean, Mr. Stewart, all you do is assign your tasks to others in our department and you never handle a single task.
What? That's not true.
Oh yeah? For example, what's your most recent project?
I'm free right now.
I've never been free for a single second while I've worked for this company. I kept getting more and more to handle, so I've been chased by work, which was also what made my days productive. I was motivated too, unlike you. I've been putting all my pride and dignity into what I do at work.
Why do you make it sound as if I never put my pride and dignity into something that I do? It's been decades since I started working, and I've had perfect attendance. I've never even called out sick, but I guess that's just a given that I'm a working individual, so it's nothing to brag about.
You work at Buster Agency, a renowned ad agency, and you said you're currently free because you have no job to handle.
What's so funny?
Doesn't that make it obvious? I agree.
What are you talking about?
It's obvious who is truly needed at this company. And also who isn't.
Huh? What does that mean?
Helen, will you please tell me what we can do to get you back at our company? I'll do what I can as the CEO. All I ask for is a work environment where everyone can put their maximum potential to continue growing with the company. A supervisor who would be accommodating to the medical situation of his subordinate would be ideal. I'd also like to work under a supervisor who's responsible for what he says and does, too. I will never go back to a toxic environment where my supervisor tries to intimidate me through the way he speaks to me. Well said. So now, Stuart, I'll have to come up with a verdict for you at this point. I need to respond to her words since she spoke up on behalf of all the other colleagues she worked with.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. It was my fault for asking an injured person to come to work. I'm sorry for treating my team in an unfair manner. So, will you just let go of this incident just this time?
Mr. Stewart, I don't forgive you, and I don't plan on forgiving you in the future. No matter what you say, I need to take action to make our workplace a place where our team members can grow with our company. As I said earlier, unfortunately, you have quite a terrible reputation in this industry. I don't think there are many companies who are willing to do business with you.
Why is this happening to me?
So now, Mr. Stewart, for once and for all, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Sayonara, bye-bye, adios.
Oh no!
Mr. Stewart was criticized both internally and externally for being the direct cause of my resignation. Because he was hated by everyone to begin with, he lost his place at work and resigned from his position. He had no luck finding a new job, and he was single to begin with. It looks like he's going to live lonely for the rest of his life.
Oh, it's been a while since I caught a cold. I have a fever and my body hurts.
He doesn't have anyone who's willing to take care of him. As for me, I'm back at work now that I'm fully healed. I owe my CEO for being on my side all along, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to bring this project to success. Troublebusters!
You were using noodle soup base in your cooking all along. Making me eat shoddy food, were you?
Shoddy food? Trevor, don't you know about how revolutionary this stuff is?
I don't give a frick. It's literally just noodle soup. Huh.
My name is Helen, and I'm an ordinary part-time housewife like you could find anywhere. Trevor, honey! Hey, Trevor!
Ah, you're back now. Shake a leg, Helen, and make us some dinner. It's pretty late. How freaking long does it take you to just go shopping?
It's cheaper to buy groceries in bulk, you know?
Still, that ain't a reason to go out of your way to go shopping on my days off, eh? What, got a bad schedule or something? Or is it an attempt at harassment?
For your information, I'm only a part-time housewife. I'm not a student, and I'd appreciate it if you could stop thinking that I have infinite time.
What the hell? Your cuteness level just dropped big time with that attitude.
Could you please just take half of the groceries to the kitchen?
Is that why you called me? Freaking stupid.
You got some nerve saying that after you ditched your promise to go grocery shopping with me.
Huh, I've had it with your stupid tantrums. Awesome for a hangover, for real.
Just take half the groceries at least, please.
Huh, and it's a frickin' day off for me anyhow.
You frickin' slept until noon. What are you on about? The holiday applies to me, too.
Eh? There's no way that you, who makes a measly $10,300 a year, are the same as I.
How about you stop looking at things narrow-mindedly, I do most of the housework to compensate, so there's no superiority or inferiority here.
There is superiority and inferiority.
Huh?
And the difference is huge. Look at this. A room reborn.
This is...
Well, looks like I'm a capable husband after all, eh? I took care of the housework while you were gone.
Huh?
Grovel at my skills, Helen. I'm working far more than you are, and I'm still faster at cleaning. You can call me Speedster.
What's this? You really call stuffing all the trash under the sofa cleaning? You really think you cleaned up the place, eh?
As long as you make the dirty parts invisible, that's cleaning in most people's books.
Bullshit. If you're going to do it properly.
What the frick? I'm doing a favor and helping you out.
Huh? Doing me a favor?
Enough! I want my dinner now. I'm hungry after doing all the stupid housework.
How dare you boss me around? Even I was trying to be kind to you at first. The reason why Trevor's housework skills haven't improved at all is that 1, he gives himself a very lenient score of 80 points just by actually doing the cleaning, and 2, he underestimates housewives. As a result, he's unable to be humble and became extremely arrogant at home. Unlike in the past, we now live in a world where men and women are now considered equal. Moreover, it was my husband who asked me to go out to work, and as a condition of doing so, I made him promise he'd do his share in the housework. I would at least like him to do what he promised.
Are you serious? Noodle soup base in my dinner? That's frickin' dog shit! So you were saying all sorts of bossy things to me while making me eat shoddy food, eh?
Shoddy food? Trevor, don't you know about how revolutionary this stuff is?
I don't give a frick. It's literally just noodle soup.
Just a tablespoon of this can get all the flavors just right, and there is no better all-purpose seasoning than noodle soup base.
I thought I told you I don't give a frick about that. Using store-bought stuff without making any real stock in the end, eh? Hell nah. What a cunning trap. So I've seriously been forced to eat such fake food until now, eh?
What the? I also use the stuff for stewed meat and potatoes, you know? And you always seem to devour it deliciously.
That's because I wasn't aware of this stuff's existence. Remember me making this promise to you? I would help with cleaning, shopping, and laundry, but...
And yet you never frickin' did anything helpful whatsoever.
I would leave the cooking up to you.
Indeed. So we're keeping our promises, right?
Keeping them? How so, eh? Everything you ever frickin' made was a shoddy dish where you depend on that bullshit.
What are you on about? You never once complained about my cooking, and now you start criticizing it as soon as you find out about the existence of noodle soup base?
Goes to show how sinful that concoction is. It's more delicious if you use the authentic broth of meat or fish instead of adding that stuff to the cooking.
So you essentially want me to make dinner with everything made from scratch?
Obviously. That's why you're in charge of the cooking. You frickin' complain to me even though you can't take care of your own duties. And another thing about you...
Light bulb. I immediately understood that this was revenge for my criticism of his excuse of housework. I guess he wanted to find some bullshit to get back at me for it because he was angry at what he was told. Oh, that's so annoying.
Your mother herself used to carefully measure the amounts of soy sauce, mirin, and sake while preparing the dishes, you know? Why can't you do what she does?
That's because my mother is a full-time housewife, and I work full-time by contrast.
And don't you frickin' choose to use your full-time work as an excuse. Just shut up and get good at cooking. Huh, it's just simple, ordinary. This is exactly why you can never surpass my mother's cooking. Huh. This was the worst meal ever.
Who the frick does he think he is? What's especially stupid is that he's throwing a tantrum while completely finishing his portion. Are you seriously trying to justify your own poor housework skills by using your brain-dead theory about noodle soup base as a basis? This was the catalyst that caused my relationship with Trevor to quickly deteriorate. When we were eating thereafter, he would always judge me and ask me how I seasoned the cooking. I used noodle soup base. Any complaints?
And here we go again, the frickin' damsel in distress. I taste the concoction. At this frickin' point, I can't even tell whether I'm eating dinner or just a bowl of that stuff anymore.
No, you can tell, you bastard. Just shut up and eat. Shut up and move your lower jaw.
I work full time. I'm so busy. Frickin' put yourself in my damn shoes. I'm being forced to eat landfill food with these ridiculous excuses as a reason. Oh? Silent, are we? You used to always tell me the noodle soup base was delicious and revolutionary. Seems like to you, all food in this world can only fall in two. Delicious or extremely delicious. Gosh, I'm so jealous. I'm not freaking working hard to make the money only to eat such dirt cheap garbage.
As this life continued, I started thinking about divorcing this monster. His voice, his appearance, his facial expressions, literally everything became physiologically intolerable. Then a huge event occurred that made me quickly take action to get a divorce, and I finally made my move. Unforgivable. Troublebusters, initiate! This is...
This is my mom's special stock that I brought from my parents' house. There's no noodle soup bullshit in this beautiful potion of goodness. This is revolutionary. And as for you, little Miss Noodle Soup Base, very mediocre, far inferior to what I brought home. Tastes like a rusting brick, a boot in the desert, a crumbling ghetto, the literal bottom line of seasonings.
Huh?
And next, Mom's secret D-bomb sauce inbound, bitches. Oh wow, it's already wildly different because of the scent. And now the taste test. Amazing! This is the real deal. It is on a wildly different dimension than low-life noodle soup butt crack. Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. There's only one more bite left.
Hell yeah. This is nothing like that dumpster soup. This is frickin' God tier.
Oh, is that so? But the delicious food you're eating right now, that's my special darkness noodle soup base.
What the hell, man?
By the way, what was placed on the table in the first place was the sauce that your mother gave you. So now you understand? That's what your taste is like.
You deceived me.
I don't think so, Trevor. It's your self-destruction. Your criticism of that seasoning is so brutal every time, and I decided to settle everything once and for all. In fact, even now, you were like, still a stupid noodle soup-based dinner? You really are a genius at sucking. I want to have Mom's cooking from yesterday. That had no damn concoction in it. Trevor?
Yes?
Your recent behavior is truly childish. You let frickin' noodle soup base govern your life and emotions, and as I mentioned earlier...
Amazing! I just knew that your cooking was the absolute best, Mom.
Oh, silly Trevor of mine. We have plenty of seconds, too, so don't disappoint me. Still, having this for dinner is quite courageous. I'll be honest, you'll get pot-bellied in no time, Trevor.
I don't care about the potbelly. I just wanted to eat Mom's recipe so badly.
That. I just knew he was up to something.
After all, the seasoning that my wife makes is noodle soup base.
Noodle soup base?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's inedible, but I still think that people ought to cook properly without cheating like that.
Hey, Helen, dear, don't you think that's a little too far? That's right. Noodle soup base is a corrupt item. You got some nerve bringing that into the home, eh?
This one is pretty damn scandalous. Ellen, dear, a wife will get cheated unless she grabs her husband by the stomach, you know.
I cannot believe a fellow woman would do such a thing to a husband who works hard every day, no less. But, ma'am, I'm out there, too.
And yep, she always says this too, to emphasize she also works full-time.
Even if you do work part-time, it's like one of those low-paying jobs with an annual income of $10,300, isn't it? Damn it, man, like brother like sister for real. As expected of a family bred from the same gene pool. I guess you're just not too good at managing time.
I can't bear to let my son's eating habits become so poor because of this, Helen. Do you get it now, Dad? Sis, this is all true. She always makes me dirt cheap dishes. Lots of cheating involved too. This is what I'm talking about. I think I ought to go back home a few times a week.
Good idea. You do that, sweetheart. No, that's... You see, right? I mean, look, we have our own life together.
If you think so, frickin' show me a world where noodle soup base doesn't exist. Frickin' enough with that bullshit. It's not like the olive oil that some handsome celebrities pour in everything to slim down, you know.
That's right. If you like it that much, I dare you to drink that sauce. You dare me? Even those people never drink olive oil directly. The behavior of you and your family last night was terrible. How dare you disparage me when I'm completely isolated? Isn't that cowardly?
That was the voice of the general public.
No, that was an organizational ploy made by your family. Your criticism of my beliefs, it's way past that level now. It's become oppression by this point. Both your mother and sister are full-time professional housewives, so they are neither helpful nor persuasive.
What the hell, Helen? If you thought so, you should have just said so.
How can I say that? Apologize.
Huh? For what?
For resorting to something so cowardly, for using the world's most oppressive audience to back you up, and also, I want you to confess.
Confess?
Admit it, you're honestly okay with me using noodle soup base in my cooking, aren't you?
I'm not okay with it. I'm a self-proclaimed bon vivant.
And yet you gobbled up dumpster food, as you call it.
That's a countermeasure against wasting food. And also, I don't have any business with this bullshit anymore. So don't you dare think you can do something like this and get away with it, eh?
What will you do?
We're divorcing.
Finally!
What?
A 50-50 housework system is a complete failure with you. It's fine if you're trying hard, but while I've no clue where you get that pride from, but you don't listen to my advice at all. I do all the cleaning, laundry, and dishes all over again afterwards. But you're a crackhead who pretends not to give a shit, laughs, criticizes, plays video games, a contradictory monster who heavily insults me for using noodle soup base while devouring the entire plate. Every time you mentioned you were helping me, you donned a cocky expression. Newsflash, buddy, you never helped me. Then at your family's house, you held me by the throat, grinning all the while with your abusive family stabbing me from all angles. And lastly, you complained that your own mother's homemade sauce tasted mediocre and said that my special darkness blend was delicious. Such overkill, and you have no sense of taste. I feel honored to be able to say goodbye to you. To be honest, though, I thought it would be immature or stupid to break up with you over something like this. But your voice, face, demeanor, and personality all became something physiologically intolerable for me. If you had just stopped and apologized in the end, though, you may have still had a chance.
Chance? What about now?
Oh, hell nah, of course not.
What? You can't be serious.
I am.
Huh? What? Seriously?
You said you wanted to get divorced, right?
Yes, I did say that. But that's just to make you reflect on your actions, and I don't really mean it.
Ah, so that's why you released a lethal weapon for married couple, eh? To blackmail me?
That was a gamble, I'm telling you. Hey, are you truly alright with a divorce?
You'll definitely regret it if you don't decide to divorce now. I hate it. The face of a person I hate. If it was possible, I'd like him to live with his face buried out with the mosaics. I warned you, didn't I? That you let frickin' noodle soup base govern your life and emotions? Go back to mommy and spend your life eating her frickin' famous-ass cooking.
Wait, Helen. Let's talk about this. I gotta piss real quick, though. Stay here until I'm done, yeah? I believe in you.
Phew. Come on now, no one is foolish enough to wait when told to wait. Of course, it's far more meaningful to quickly cut ties with the person you've grown to despise with a passion and start a new life. Ah, little Miss Noodle Soup Base, my darling. Alone together at last. Please continue to support my cooking, okay? And so I decided to part ways with Trevor. Well, I knew for the most part that divorce was imminent, so I filled out the divorce forms, signed and stamped them, and packed up my things. Oh, did he fill out the divorce papers, I wonder? Hello?
Helen, please, come back to me.
Oh, hell nah!
I'm so sorry. I couldn't understand your feelings about everything.
And that's precisely why we broke up, Mr. Davis.
Hold on. Please, give me another chance.
No can do, bucko. That's impossible.
Why?
Because as a human being, you have become physiologically impossible for me to tolerate you in all aspects. I would rather live with ravens than you, that's the truth.
What the? Am I the same as a stupid raven?
Don't be rude, Mr. Davis. Ravens are better by far.
The room has been a huge mess since you left, Helen.
Because you never listened to my instructions.
I can't cook to my satisfaction, so I only eat convenience store food these days. I wanted to go back to my parents' house, but since my sister Megan and her family were already back home with my parents backing them and backstabbing me in the process, long story short, I can't go back home.
Ah, I see. Looks like the Davises aren't recruiting any more parasites to support, so looks like you'll have no choice but to live alone, or remarry.
I can't imagine remarrying. All I can think about is you, Helen.
Thank you for the inconvenience. Stop this now.
Please! I'll do whatever it takes to regain your trust, so please!
Ugh. Yeah, this guy's no good. I need to do something about this quickly. What's the point of initiating a divorce and then stubbornly refusing it when the time comes? I don't have any feelings for him anymore, so no matter how persistent he is, my decision stands.
Please, Helen!
Shut the frick up! I'm telling you no! No! 1,000,000 times no! Once a woman feels this way, it's over. It's beyond repair. What you can do for me now is to quickly back the frick off so I can move on into the future. That's the only thing possible. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, as for the divorce forms.
If I do that, what will you do for me in return?
Frickin' nothing, you smelly-ass bastard.
Please don't get angry, Helen. I love you, darling. I love you. I love you with all my heart and soul.
This is not an exchange between a graduate and a younger student during a ceremony.
Please reconsider this.
And I'm telling you, I don't have any intention of doing that.
Please, Helen.
Oh my god, back the frick off! You're dead to me! Are you actually sane? You're frickin' forcing your feelings on someone even though they say they hate you so much?
But even you put your own feelings first and refused to come back to me. The same applies to you, really.
Talking back at me at this stage, eh? I wanted to avoid it because it'd be a waste of money, but I will leave future communications to my lawyer.
What? A lawyer? If you put a lawyer in between us, wouldn't it be like a divorce has been decided?
Divorce will be decided sooner or later. Frick off, prick.
Wait, Helen, listen to me. Helen?
Due to some circumstances, this number cannot be reached at this time.
Helen!
After that, through my attorney, Mitchell, I officially divorced Trevor and was able to take the first step towards a new life. On the other hand, Trevor was completely unable to live alone, so he partly forced his way back home to live off of his parents. A battle began between Trevor and his sister Megan ensued, with my former mother-in-law Celia siding with her son, and my former father-in-law George siding with his daughter. The atmosphere in the house is currently very bad, and Megan's husband Warren eventually became so uncomfortable that he ran away. I guess it's a bit like Cain and Abel, but on a family scale, for real. I am truly glad that I was able to leave them. Phew, delicious! And as of today, I enjoy myself perfecting various dishes using noodle soup base. If I have a chance to remarry next time, I'd like it to be with a gentleman who understands my struggles as a part-time housewife, and my unfathomable ability to make do with this seasoning. Trouble Busters!
What always happens at my parents' house, Melanie?
I can't tell you.
Every time we go to my parents' house, you get sick afterwards.
It's all just my own fault, honey. I'm fine.
What the hell is this? Hi there. My name is Alan. I'm currently returning to my parents' home with my wife, Melanie.
Well then, Alan, I think I should go make some dinner with Melanie.
Ah, awesome.
It'll take a while, so maybe you can take Truffles for a walk around.
Got it, Mom.
Now, Melanie dear, shall we begin? Of course.
Oh, wow. This is so delicious.
Only because Melanie here worked so hard, right, Melanie, honey? No, ma'am. Your immense skill in cooking is all to thank.
Well, it's true that Mom's cooking is the best, but you're also trying your best, right?
Oh, I'm humble. Oh, darling, no need to be so modest. You were doing so much. Alan is lucky to have married someone like you. All of this is the result of your guidance, Mrs. Thompson. Oh, you spoil me rotten, dear. Well, then I'll see you two next weekend. Is there something wrong? No, ma'am. Of course, next weekend, please. I'm so glad. Something to look forward to next weekend. Yay.
Hey, Melanie.
Yes, dear? What is it?
Are you okay?
I've honestly no idea.
Aren't you overdoing it a little?
No, Alan, I don't think I'm overdoing it at all, trust me.
But every time we come back from my parents' house, you look pretty pale.
Well, that's because I'm rather weak physically.
If it's difficult for you to refuse Mom's invitations, shall I tell her instead?
But if you do that, Mrs. Thompson will be very disappointed.
There's nothing wrong with that. I didn't make you my loving wife just to please Mom. I married you because I love you, and I want to be with you until the end of time.
Oh, Alan.
I'm sorry for being an immature and unreliable husband. I feel frustrated and ashamed of myself, for I can't do much to help and can only understand only by asking questions.
That's not true.
Melanie!
Please, never say such things. Promise me. Please, especially in front of your mother. Promise me.
But why do you ask me that?
It's all my fault. It's all because I'm no good. I'm just not enough. Mrs. Thompson is merely correcting my faults. It's all for my own good. She is a lovely mother-in-law to me. The only reason I look sick afterwards is because I'm gutless. I am solely responsible for not being able to meet your mother's expectations. It's my fault, and only my fault. I'm the only one at fault. Only I.
What always happens at my parents' house, Melanie?
What?
What goes on over there?
I can't tell you.
But you literally collapsed this time.
It's all just my own fault, honey. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern, love.
But of course, why is Melanie being so stubborn? Is it because she doesn't trust me? Does she feel like I'm unreliable? Well then, I'm going home.
Come again next weekend, then.
Yeah, Dad'll be home next weekend too, right?
Yep, he's really looking forward to seeing you and Melanie. What's wrong with that mysterious face of yours, honey?
I'm thinking it's just a coincidence, but about Melanie, she often gets sick when she returns home after visiting you.
What?
To me, you two seem to be very close.
Of course we are. I love her so much.
But from Melanie's point of view, you are still her mother-in-law. I want you to be more kind to her than you are now.
Oh, I understand.
Well then.
Oh, drive safe, darling.
Oh, I see. Is my boy good to you, my dear? Oh, there you are, my boy. Perfect timing. Please get me a beer.
I'll get it, sir. Oh, no, you don't. I'll get it.
Nah, guys, I'm still standing. I'll get it. Oh, what the hell is this? I knew it. Melanie's been... I am such a frickin' idiot. I won't let the guilty do what they want any longer. Unforgivable! Troublebusters, initiate! Whoa! Hellspawn in the house!
What's wrong, Alan?
I cannot believe this.
Huh?
How could you do this to us? Whoa! Is it that bad that I kindly asked you to get a beer? Mom, explain yourself.
Explain? About what, honey?
About your goddamn attitude towards Melanie.
What? Attitude? But my attitude is normal. I mean, it's even good.
Enough lies!
Why? Even today, Melanie and I were working together and preparing the food, getting along very well, right? We were on fire today, weren't we, Melanie? Right?
So you're really gonna deny everything, eh? So you really never did say or do anything that would hurt Melanie in any way, did you?
But of course not. She's the lovely child you chose, Alan. The angel that my precious son loves to his very core. I also love her like my own daughter.
I think so too, son. I often hear about Melanie from your mother, and oh my lord, no one could have ever given anyone any more compliments. Dad, I also believed all that about Mom and Melanie, just like you. But this was all the heinous ploy of this cruel human being.
That's only paranoia, Alan. Melanie, dear, don't tell me you told Alan something, using a strange way of wording. I have absolutely no recollection. Then why are you so angry, Alan? I'm so sorry. I believe Alan has misunderstood something.
Melanie, that's enough. I am so sorry.
Melanie, a little help?
You're so twisted, you. You tied both Dad and I up with false information while you were torturing Melanie all along.
I don't know what you mean. False information? Well, yes, I did get angry at her sometimes, but that was because I care about Melanie and no malice in...
And perhaps I should elaborate on the story regarding the conversation recorded on this voice recorder.
Oh my, that looks terrible. What the heck? Why would you make something that tastes this horrible? What?
This is Helena's voice.
Are you freaking insane? Are you actually cooking? Slacking off, are we? Making fun of me, are we? Underestimating housewives, are we? Are you freaking motivated? I'm sorry, Mrs. Thompson. She's sorry, she says. Will an apology make the food delicious? Does your apology have the same effect as any maid at those stupid maid cafes who says, Momo-kun? Ah, and also, don't you have something to apologize to me for? Huh? There is, isn't there? Yes, there is. I humbly apologize for all the inconvenience. That's not what I frickin' meant. I hear you're sick every time you go home after your visits. How did you? Alan stopped by the other day and told me to be kinder to you. If you have a complaint, tell it directly to my face. It really takes such cowardice to rely on your husband to say something indirectly to me. I'm so sorry. Of course, I had no intention of reporting it to him. It's all your damn fault, ain't it? But why do I have to face being criticized by my own son? I'm sorry. I will work harder. I will become stronger. It's all my fault. You're not very convincing, bitch. Playing the victim here, now, at this miserable hour?
Helena, I'm back!
Ah, Keanu, honey, welcome home. Listen up, you piece of trash. I think you understand, but all of this is for the sake of Alan, eh? We're a family that's genetically very prone to cancer, so we have to pay close attention, very close attention to Alan's food every single day. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you're Alan's wife, and it's your frickin' responsibility to take care of the health of you. And that means managing food is key. Understand? Of course. If you could do just that, I wouldn't be doing this. Isn't that so? Yes, ma'am. Damn right, yes, ma'am. Who is it that's making me play such a disgusting role? It's me, ma'am. Exactly. And if that's the case, hurry up and make a dish that I can approve of. Yes, ma'am. Unless you can cook properly, Alan will continue to live with the possibility of becoming seriously ill one day. Do you want that kind of Alan? You want my darling son to suffer? No, ma'am. I want my Alan to be in good health forever. Good, I'm glad. Then you should quickly master the cooking. I will do my best. You're damn right you frickin' will. Get good results. The results. Yes, ma'am. And lastly, I think you understand, but never tell Alan about this. If the exchange between you and me is found out, that means he'll also find out about his predicament, you see. You don't want to plant that kind of anxiety seed into Alan, do you? Of course not, ma'am. Then shake a leg and try harder than ever. Am I clear? Yes, ma'am.
What the frick does all this mean? I've never been seriously ill ever since I was born.
No, well...
What a scummy bitch you are, Helena.
Well, this isn't what it looks like. That wasn't my intention.
Then what was your intention, Helena Thompson?
I admit that I exaggerated some parts. I think that was terrible on my part.
If you think you did something wrong, then apologize.
Wait, listen to me.
I want an apology first before you frickin' speak. I agree. Don't you even know that?
Wait, just let me say this first.
Apologize now! Apologize, Helena!
It's the truth that no one knows what kind of illness Alan will get in the future. Lifestyle-related diseases, the big three. Any major illness can suddenly appear. I was worried about that, and that's why I asked Melanie to cooperate.
When? When in the humanity's history did you ever ask her? You were only threatening her.
No! I admit it does sound like that by the audio, but the atmosphere is basically peaceful from in the end, right? Melanie? Right? Right?
That's some moxie you got, mentally pressuring her into promising never to tell me anything. How dare you lie?
I admit it, lying was not the right move. It was not, but even that, it all stems from love. I want you to stay healthy and happy forever. That strong feeling pushed Melanie into a corner just a tiny bit. I had no intention of cornering her.
And even though I warned you, you still strongly blamed Melanie for that, didn't you?
That was also the result of a mother's straining love, I swear. I'll never do something like this again, so please forgive me. I wanted Melanie to cherish Alan more than ever because I can personally no longer protect my son. Keanu's also on business trips quite often and doesn't come home very much, and I feel lonely. You are everything to me, Alan. How's this, eh? Ear-splitting sobs and cries. Behold the tears of a mother who went out of control because her love was too strong. They have no choice but to forgive me. I'll be forgiven, right?
What kind of brain dead? I mean, it's definitely true that I don't get to go home very often because of stupid business trips. But that can't be a reason as to strike Melanie in the heart so brutally, can it?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Looks like one idiot is coming over to my side.
You won't ever do this to Melanie again, eh?
I won't. I won't.
Listen, son. It's true that what Helena did is simply not forgivable. But if it's all the result of her love compromising her actions, could you maybe be indifferent to this just once? No can do, Dad.
Why? Are you saying I still haven't apologized enough?
I'm sorry, Mom, but it's come to a point where any amount of apologizing will never be enough. It's simply impossible.
What do you mean?
While I was replaying this recording, I noticed there were not one, but two, and an unbelievable exchange.
An unbelievable exchange?
Thank you very much, Clean Cleverly.
Wait a minute. This is...
Shut up and listen.
Well then, we'll stop by again next month. Hey, listen. Rambling about the abuse of your daughter-in-law again, ma'am? Sorry, but I'm not interested in that kind of thing. What's wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, that was a lie. That I wasn't interested. I want to hear your stories. Oh, goody, what fun. You nosy little darling. So listen, my daughter-in-law is such a black-hearted girl. In what way, Mrs. Thompson? Money, dear child, money. Money, ma'am? Yes, she only married into my family, intending to inherit my husband's estate. And I just can't frickin' stand it. And you're planning to get her kicked out of the house? Exactly. I'm training her and making her work hard in the name of being able to make healthy and delicious food for my son. Ooh, cunning. Like a true snake, isn't it? Helena Thompson is a little devil, dear child. Like, no matter what kind of food she serves, you'll completely deny it and she'll never be able to make anything to your satisfaction. This is your plan, isn't it? Like an old video game, right? That's exactly right. One where the hero thought he had reached the goal, but it turned out to only be an illusion created by the Demon King's magical power. Back to square zero you go. The settings are so demonic. There's no escape because it's like I'm holding her husband's health hostage. What an amazing tactician. It's completely as I thought. And so what happens when you get divorced is that you will very likely inherit everything and be happily protected forevermore. Exactly. A legendary strategist, truly. I don't want to make myself an enemy, for real. Oh no, but even with this plan in mind, I still go by the name Helena, the kind and gentle mother. The final piece of genius. Well then, I've finished clearing the ventilation fan. Yes, thank you. And finally, for you, Mrs. Thompson, who is this wife to you? Someone that should be eliminated as a nuisance. Someone who deserves to be oppressed. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot something. To whom this recorder may concern, I got a lot of testimony from Mrs. Thompson. Do what you must. Troublebusters.
It's over.
Abominable. You let me talk knowing you had this data. Oh, terrible.
I decided to let everyone listen to this audio after hearing your apology. And I think you completely interrupted and opened up a big theater of lies. So everything you just said to me was a lie? The crime of trying to destroy my precious wife is much too heinous.
You don't mean...
Helena Thompson, I renounce you as my mother. As of henceforth, we are strangers.
No, please, if that's the case, what about the money you send me?
Terminated. How could you be so disrespectful by worrying about money? Shame on you. I'm divorcing you.
What? What? Divorce?
I mean, duh! Can I leave with a piece of filth like you? Over my dead body!
And what about the estate?
There's no frickin' estate.
What? But this house...
The owner of this house is already Alan. If I bit the bull dust, the procedures would be too troublesome afterwards, so I gave it to him while I was still alive.
Then what about your retirement benefits? What about your savings?
The retirement benefits have already been paid in advance for the renovation of this house.
Huh? But not all at once, is it?
It's not a lump sum, but all that's left now is around $30,000.
What? Then just $15,000 and that's goodbye?
No, Or looks I won't like allow it. it.
Huh?
Using this voice recorder as evidence for psychological abuse towards Melanie, he will demand compensation.
What? Compensation? No! Is that really what you do to your own mother?
You're not my mother anymore. You're an enemy who tried to drive out Melanie, whom I love very much.
Alan?
Any enemy will be trouble busted mercilessly. A proof of content missile will be heading your way soon, so I suggest you prepare yourself, Miss Thompson. If that's the case, I'll postpone the divorce for the time being and wait until the damages are settled. Thank you, Dad. It would be helpful if you could do that.
Oh.
Let's go home, Melanie.
Yes, dear. Wait, please, forgive me, please, forgive me.
Of course, we had no intention of forgiving her even if she bawled her throat beyond repair. As I declared, she was granted the following: a declaration of cutting the cord, a complete termination of financial aid, and demands for 15 grand in compensation. She was successfully sent out into the cold cruelty of true loneliness and poverty. Dad also went through with the divorce, and Helena is now completely alone. Because we had taken the initiative to inform her relatives before she could beg for help, she was abandoned not only by her closest family, but by all of her relatives as well. It seems that she has now become a homeless old woman who has made her home in a clay pipe in a vacant lot. Melanie regained her physical and mental strength, as her ex-mother-in-law, the source of her troubles, disappeared from her life. It took me a while to notice anything, and I'm really remorseful. To express my apology to her, I will continue to shower my lovely wife with all the love I can muster.
Alan, my love, I'm so happy with you.
Trouble busters!
What happened to the salted rice bran, Mrs. Davis? Oh, I did you a favor and threw away that trash.
Why are you crying, Helen?
How can a bath feel so nice? Oh, Mrs. Davis, welcome home. Welcome home, my sweet ass, Helen. Why are you taking a bath? What? Everyone's getting home late, so I took one first. You really don't have any common sense, do you? Huh? Normally, Oliver, the breadwinner of the family, is the first to take a bath. But Oliver's on a business trip and won't be coming back tonight. Well then, I ought to be the one in next. You don't even understand that. But you yourself told me you'd be home late, so... Then wait for me, damn it! Huh? Can't you be considerate for once? You really are a failure as a wife. I'm sorry. My name is Helen, and I am 35 years old. Both of my lovely parents have already passed away. I've been married for 5 years, and my lovely husband is 36-year-old Oliver. Currently, I live with my 55-year-old mother-in-law, Margaret Davis, in a house I inherited from my parents. This mother-in-law of mine is quite a connoisseur, to say the least. All right, dinner is ready. Let's eat. Bon appetit. Wait a moment. I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but why are you always at the same table as us? Huh? I really don't understand what you mean, Mrs. Davis. You don't even know that? Your parents didn't educate you at all, it seems. Huh? Since you are the wife, it's only natural that you eat dinner after we have all finished eating. Huh? Should be common knowledge that a wife finishes up the leftovers after the rest of the family's finished eating. What the heck is that? Only common sense as a wife, dear. I've never heard of such knowledge. You and your damn parents. This is outrageous. My parents have nothing to do with this. That's the rule in our house. If you're going to be the wife of our family, follow our rules of the house. What the? Starting tomorrow, be sure to eat only the leftovers after Oliver and I have finished eating. Am I understood? Yes, ma'am. In a nutshell, Mrs. Davis's criticism of me as her son's wife is terrible. But I distract myself from this reality by eating pickles. Actually, these pickles are of a traditional Japanese recipe and procedure, using salted rice bran as a base. This base was left to me by my deceased mother, which makes these a memento of sorts. Because of this, I think of Mom as watching over me from nearby and continuously did my best around the house. But one day, an incident occurred. Good morning, everyone. Woke up quite late, did we, Helen? I took the liberty of making breakfast this morning. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's all right. Please, help yourself. Oh, these pickles are delicious, but the taste... Really? I didn't think they were tasty, though. But I like them because it tastes very similar to my late mother's pickles. I used that pot of salted rice bran you have, Helen. Wait, you used that without my permission? That's right. And what's wrong with that? But we don't need that anymore. What happened to the salted rice bran, Mrs. Davis? Oh, I did you a favor and threw away that trash. I was so shocked that I collapsed to the floor. To throw away, without my permission no less, the memento pot of a traditional recipe that my mother left me? I can enjoy darling Mom's taste no more. I have no allies left. These thoughts mercilessly cornered me into despair, and I broke down crying on the spot. Seeing this, Oliver, who had been silent up until that point, said something extremely hurtful.
Why are you crying, Helen?
Why am I crying? That's obvious, isn't it? My late mother's memento was thrown away without my knowing about it.
But it doesn't taste good, so it can't be helped now, can it?
They taste delicious. Even you thought these pickles were delicious when we first got married, Oliver.
At that time, I was just being considerate. I honestly didn't think the pickles were actually good.
What?
When it comes to pickles like this, my mom's recipe tastes so much better. Even more so, I think the pickles you could buy in supermarkets are still better than this.
How could you? Now that you're married into our family, you are to follow our family's customs. Of course, this applies to pickles, too. Be prepared to throw away everything that reminds you of home. Oliver, who I thought could be my only remaining ally here, dogpiled me alongside his mother and started to diss my mother's pickles. I have no parents and no siblings. Even if I got divorced and moved out of the house, there is no guarantee that I would be able to live on my own. And I can't afford to leave home. It's frustrating, but I have no choice but to endure it.
Hey, Mom, I'll be home early today so we could go out to eat tonight.
Good idea. We had breakfast with disgusting pickles this morning, so I'd like to eat some actually delicious pickles tonight. Shit. You have my permission to eat the rest of these putrid leftovers, so you have them for dinner tonight.
Well then, I'm going.
I also have to go buy some clothes to wear to my class reunion next week, so let's head out together. They both promptly left. I immediately vowed I could never forgive anyone who would trample on someone else's feelings that much. That's when, hello, is anyone here? Oh, Grandma Priscilla. Ah, Helen, my dear. Is Oliver here, or perhaps Maggie? Grandma. Oh dear, what's the matter, love? Did something happen? As though everything I had been holding back had burst out, I told Grandma Priscilla what Miss Davis had told me up until that point. Ah, I see. Well, that must have been so painful. Granny, what should I do? You do not have to put up with that, dear. Stay true to yourself and do what you think is right. My heart became determined when I heard these words from Granny Priscilla. It's true, I'm very worried about getting divorced and living alone again, but I thought it would be easier than being with traitors like that, so I vowed to get back at them both with a vengeance. Unforgivable. Troublebusters, initiate! The next day, my mother-in-law continued to be sarcastic towards me. Helen, you really don't want to follow our family's customs, do you? Huh? Today's breakfast was leftovers from yesterday, wasn't it? Huh? Oh, are you talking about the curry, Mrs. Davis? That's right, I cannot believe it. No, a curry is delicious even on the second day, Mrs. Davis. Not to mention Oliver loves that stuff. No talking back at me! According to our family's customs, it is out of the question for the wife to serve leftovers. She must make fresh breakfast every day. Also, your way of cleaning the house and doing laundry simply won't do either. Are you actually listening? The thing that's worst of all is how you maintain relationships with the neighbors. Huh? Things are going well with the neighbors, though. Things are going well, my stupid ass. Have you any idea what the woman next door said to me the other day? Who knows? I was told that I was like a fossil adhering to old customs. It's no laughing matter. I don't care what other people think, but it's because you don't follow our family customs properly. That's what people around us will say eventually, too. Your family customs, is it? That's right. You're frickin' married to my son, the heir to our family, so just frickin' stick to our family's customs. Before I frickin' stick to your family's customs, Mrs. Davis, why not follow common sense first? Huh? I thought it was so funny because you people who won't shut up about family customs don't even have the slightest sense of common sense. How could you say that? I only said what I thought. That's extremely rude. What about us defies common sense? You haven't noticed? Well, then allow me to inform you, Mrs. Davis. Huh? Firstly, table etiquette. Table etiquette? Assuming it's okay to eat with your elbows on the table, no way in hell is it allowed to stab your spoon into a bowl of rice. But I don't do that. It's not you, Mrs. Davis, but Oliver. Oliver? You really haven't noticed? Looks like you're so focused on criticizing me and my existence that you can't even look at your own son properly. That's not true. You don't have to believe it if you think you can't. However, since he's also been doing this outside the home, many people will probably think he's a guy without proper common sense. That's why you, as his wife, have to do something about it. That's what I thought too, and believe me, I warned him, but he wouldn't listen to me. Well, even if that's the case, it's only natural that a wife should fix a husband's bad habits. I thought so too, but you, Mrs. Davis. What about me? You often said that even that was a tradition in your family, and since it started before we got married, I ignored it, thinking it was probably an old tradition in Oliver's family. What? That's right, isn't it? He wouldn't be doing such a thing if it wasn't a family tradition after all. That's not. That's why I stopped paying attention and never pestered him about it. Haven't I become a little more suitable as your son's wife, Mrs. Davis? Well, when it comes to the idea of following family customs, I suppose. There are other things too. For instance, how you people throw away the trash. The trash? This is true for both Oliver and you, Mrs. Davis, but what is it? It's a little overboard to dig through the trash bags at the dumpster on the curb down the street. What the? I'm not doing that. Really? But we often receive complaints from neighbors, you see. They claim that you and Oliver are wrecking a little bit of havoc with the garbage in the dumpster. Who the hell is claiming that we are? Everyone in the neighborhood. What? I understand your curiosity regarding what other people in the neighborhood eat, but I thought you ought to be thinking about what others might think of you because of a particular action. It's not like I'm asking for... But this is another of your family's customs, right? No. Otherwise, I don't think anyone would do such a batshit insane thing. It just happened to look that way when I was taking out the trash with Oliver. You must be frickin' crazy to believe such nonsense. Have you ever taken out the trash? How rude. Of course I take out the trash. You know, your lack of consideration is unacceptable, Helen. If someone were to say something like that, it would be normal to say that your mother would never do something like that. I thought about saying that, but I thought it would be a shame to go against your family's customs, so... There's no way in hell that's a custom of ours. Think about it and you'll understand how it can't be. No, I will not understand. What? When I live together with you and Oliver, Mrs. Davis, it's quite common for what you deem to be common sense to be extraordinary to the rest of the world. Why do you say that? Because of that, even trying to deny it is just not possible. That's nonsense. You're just saying that to try and back us both into a corner. No. In that regard, I don't think I'm trying to do that. Don't deny it, Missy, because I know you're definitely laughing inside. You really have a cruel character, Helen Davis. Oh, I was laughing, sure. But as a wife, I had to follow the customs. You've been talking about these customs for some time now, but have you ever followed our family's customs? Your family's customs, Mrs. Davis? And there you go again, acting like you don't frickin' know. I taught you many times, haven't I? Don't me. I've taught you all sorts of things, like when to take a bath and when to eat, but you've never done anything properly, have you? Are you listening to me? I think it's stupid for such a person who never really understood the customs to enthusiastically talk about them. You should still be awfully grateful to both Oliver and I for accepting you despite your stupid shortcomings. So what are you thinking, making fun of us, eh? I believe I ought to be saying that, Mrs. Davis. Huh? You say it's your family's customs, but where is this family you speak of? The frick are you on about now? The family that lives under this roof, of course. There are no special customs in this house, though. Excuse me, enough of this. I've told you so many times. I check again. This house's customs, are they not? What the hell is wrong with you? This house has always been my home, Mrs. Davis. I don't remember making such customs under my roof. What? This house is also Oliver's home, though. No, the whole residence is in my name only. That can't be. It's true that your parents may have built this house, but I personally told Oliver to change the name to include his as well. I understand that, and I'm saying that Oliver's name is still not listed as an owner. What? Indeed, right after I inherited the house, Oliver pressured me to change the ownership to include him. Don't tell me you refused. No, at that time, I thought it was right to also put it in my husband's name, so I thought it was okay to change the ownership too. Then why? Why isn't Oliver's name listed as an owner? The answer is simple. Oliver didn't want to do it because he was simply too lazy. What? When I explained the documents he needed to look through to change the name, he just said it was too much of a hassle and just threw the papers in my face. This can't be. He told me he did it right. Oliver himself also told me that. He asked me to tell you he went through with it despite him being too damn lazy to do anything. No way. There's no way. One of the rare occasions I genuinely thank Oliver's lazy-ass go-with-the-flow personality. What does all this mean? Simply put, once again, this house is my house. That's why your customs will never be prioritized here. How could you? Some moxie you have, Mrs. Davis, for enforcing your damn stupid customs in a house that isn't even yours. But since you were the wife of the family, it's only natural for you to follow the customs of our household. Look, as I said earlier, it's not our household. It's my household. That doesn't matter. You are the wife. It is certainly so. However, if you want me to follow the customs of your household, can I request that you buy the house yourselves before enforcing upon me? Don't get so cocky, girl. I'm not getting cocky, Mrs. Davis. I'm merely saying what you yourself told me. Could you please not talk back to me? What? Don't talk back to me when you can't even follow the correct customs. Yes, that's right. Then don't talk back at me. I am so lost right now. The hell do you want to say? I'm telling you that people who can't follow our family customs don't have the right to talk back to the master or mistress of the house. Huh? This is my house. My family also has customs. You, Mrs. Davis, alongside your son Oliver, aren't adhering to these customs, so don't talk back to Helen Davis. Why do I have to adhere to your stupid customs? This is my home. If that's the case, then we must follow the dominating family's customs, right? You believed this house to be under your son's name, which was why you tried to set some rules to control me. But actually, this house was mine all along. In that case, wouldn't it make lots of sense to follow my family's customs? No. Moreover, the customs of my family at home are quite simple. What are they? Do not, by any means, cause trouble to other people. That's all. Are you saying we're causing trouble? Yes, I am. The garbage dumpster is a perfect example, isn't it? That's a misunderstanding. Well, there are quite a few people who misunderstood because they complain about it often. So everyone is wrong. Isn't that a bit unreasonable, Mrs. Davis? Then is there any proof that Oliver and I were scavenging? I admit that's certainly not the case. Then you wouldn't know that we were causing trouble to those around you, right? So that's how you attack me next, eh? Well, it's true that I can't prove anything about what the neighbors say. Right, then don't complain to me. However, it's definitely causing me trouble, isn't it? What? You won't let me eat properly. That's because, as a wife, that's only your family's custom, Mrs. Davis, and my family condemns such unreasonable customs at home. My family custom is that everyone eats together, gets along well. Shit. Honestly, I'll put up with the food and bathing issues. So everything's fine then. But the psychological abuse you've inflicted together with Oliver, that I cannot tolerate. That was all to properly raise you as a wife. It's impossible for someone without common sense to raise anyone, wouldn't you agree? What? Have any objections? That kind of thing disqualifies you as a wife, Helen. Huh? I simply taught you customs that have been important to me since time immemorial. Important to me, meaning that it was something that everyone I loved had been doing for a long time, and you made fun of that, didn't you? I didn't make fun of that. Yes, you frickin' did! In fact, you just said something along that line now, didn't you? I believe you misunderstood, Mrs. Davis. Huh? I also believe that it is important to take care of the breadwinner of the family, my husband Oliver. Huh? I also think it's important to respect and cherish the mother of such a person too. Then why are you making fun of the customs? It's not the customs that I'm making fun of, ma'am. Eh? I'm making fun of you and your son. Huh? Don't you think so? You claim that customs are important and you enforce them upon the wife of the family to the point that it becomes harassment, you see? I'm not bullying you. Then why did you throw away that pot of salted rice bran? Because, I thought it was trash. You knew I cared about it so much, didn't you? You knew it was a treasured keepsake of my late mother, didn't you? I didn't know that. That can't be true. Right after I got married to Oliver, I told you all about it, remember? This is all new to me. Then answer me this. Why did you make pickles using that pot? Huh? Because it was there. I carefully stored it in a secluded part of my room, Mrs. Davis. It was definitely not stored in a place where you could easily see it. How did you find that prized memento of mine? That's what I'm telling you. I just saw it. You couldn't find it unless you carefully looked around for it. You definitely looked for it intending to throw it away. Ugh. There is no purpose that I can think of that motivated you to search it other than to harass me. But that's enough about that. I decided not to care anymore. Then everything's fine, right? How dare you chastise me when you never cared? This is not what I'm chastising. Huh? I'm chastising the sheer ridiculousness of some people enforcing their own family's customs in a house that isn't even their own. How? Because it's true, isn't it? Even though it's not your house, you call it your house. And in the end, you're bullying the true owner of the house. I seriously didn't know that. The claim that you didn't know about it doesn't matter. You know now, and you will be held responsible. I'll be held responsible? Yes. Get out of this house. What? It's a nuisance for me if we live together. Get out of this house. Why do you have to tell me to get out? I'm the owner of this house. According to my family's customs, if I decide that I can't live with people under the same roof, I have the right to kick them out. What the hell? My household custom, dear Mrs. Davis. And since I, the owner and landlord, have made this decision as is, move out. There's really no need to say such things so suddenly. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Misunderstanding, you say? Looks like the vermin don't admit to their wrongdoings. Now I've decided completely. Leave this house now. But what will happen to Oliver then? I'm getting divorced. What the? Yeah, so you'll also be a stranger to me, and I can't afford to live with strangers. Now, hold on. I'm sorry, Helen, I apologize, so please reconsider this decision. Looks like the vermin have finally realized that she was being forced into a dangerous situation. But your apology is rejected. We'll come to terms if we just talk, right? Shut up. Get out of this house now. Perhaps the message got across very well, or perhaps the vermin were rather weak-minded in the end. They both moved out the very same day. My divorce with Oliver was very successful, and I've severed all ties with the Davises. After that, since Oliver's salary wasn't all that high to begin with, the two of them were able to get by because they didn't have to pay rent. But now that they have to rent an apartment that isn't free, their life together is now quite tough. As for me, my mother's memento salted rice bran pot actually turned out to be safe and sound. When Granny Priscilla stopped by that day, she was so kind as to go to the garbage dump and bring it back to me. On the way to the house, she had thought it strange that a splendid pot had been thrown away and picked it up and brought it back with her. I was able to eat some more delicious pickles later on for lunch with Granny Priscilla. Troublebusters!